a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated. It's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out, because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out, with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry.
This deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, welcome to the show. It's the Get Your Happy On Hour. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons, on 93.7 The Ticket. Man, I tell you, it's been a beautiful day today, and I got a couple of things I want to get out there right quick. First is a big shout out to Matt Warner and Empire Fencing, man, out in Waverly, Nebraska. Good people. Got a lot of love and respect for those people out there. Keep doing what you're doing, Matt, and make sure everybody keeps being happy like they always are. I also want to tell y'all about a quick topic about my guest tonight before I bring him on. You know, I'm always talking about adversity, how you deal with it, and making good choices when adversity strikes. That's not easy, y'all, and I'm pretty sure y'all already know that. But I have to say it because it pretty much sums up who I have for a guest tonight. And I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get right into it because this guy's got an amazing story, and I want you guys to hear it. Eric Stewart, are you with us, man? Hello, Eric, are you with us? I can't hear Eric.
His mic is unmuted, so I'm kind of confused.
Eric, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, well, right now we're trying to get some audio with Eric. So in the meantime, until we figure this out, I want y'all to know that Eric is a very, I don't want to tell this story because he can tell it better than me. So I'm just trying to wait until we can actually get some audio on him. I don't know if Eric if you have earbuds in, or maybe want to take those out, or I don't know.
Yeah. He's unmuted, so.
He's unmuted.
This is why I'm confused.
I don't understand why we can't get him. Eric, we see you, Eric, but we can't hear you. And that's, do you have your volume up on your computer? Wow, still can't hear him. Okay, well, we're working on it. You guys bear with us. I think it'll be well worth it if we can figure this out. But he is very special individual.
Maybe try leaving the studio and coming back in, Eric, if you can't get it.
Okay, let's see. But in the meantime, I want y'all to know something. This, the weather we're having, I am very pleased with it. It's a little nippy in the mornings, but it always works out pretty good during the day, and that's a good thing. But adversity, as I was speaking about earlier, it seems to strike when you least need it to. I guess there's never a good time for adversity, but it seems like it has a way of finding you at the right time. And usually under those conditions, you make bad decisions, you know. And when you're making those bad decisions, then those consequences come with it that I choose really not to deal with anymore. So I myself personally is working really hard on dealing with adversity. And I just think that it's something that needs to be worked on daily. You know, it's not like there's a cure for it. So you just do the best you can. But the good thing is you only have to do it one day at a time. Did we get him in this time? Eric, are you there?
Eric, I think you need to leave the StreamYard. I would try to leave StreamYard and then come back in. You know what I mean? I'm gonna I'll kick you from the studio and you can come back in.
I think okay.
I have no clue.
Okay. All right. Well, sometimes technology is a little smarter than us. So we'll just keep going until we can get this worked out with Eric. But I just really want y'all to know that I appreciate the patience, and I also appreciate the fact that you guys tune in. I mean, tuning into this show means a lot to me because I want to spread a message that's not very popular, which is called positivity. And a lot of my stories from the guests, they're like basically feel-good stories. I mean, I know all of them can't be, but the majority of my stories are feel-good stories. So I like to tell those stories, and I like to tell the stories from people that you may not have ever thought, or even heard of, but these people have amazing stories. It's not always just the celebrities, so to say. Everybody's going through something, or everybody's dealing with something. So I always try my best to share these stories that are very, very uplifting. And that's why we're working so hard right now to try to get Eric back in, because, I mean, his story is amazing. And when you hear it, and I don't want to try to tell it because I won't do it justice, but I have a great idea what it's about, but I'd like to hear from him myself. I just think that's real, real important. For those of you out there that are tuned in, man, make a comment. At least let me know that you're tuned in so that I can see who's tuning in. I moved over closer to Ben so that I could see people and see the comments. So I'm waiting on comments.
You got one from Brett. He said, Happy Sunday.
All right, little brother. I'm going to see you soon, too, man. We'll keep that a secret for now, but you know what I'm talking about. I'll see you soon, young man. Yeah. Oh, okay. I can reach out to him. So, Ben, tell me what's been going on with you today. You said you had a pretty hectic day. You've been dealing with some adversity, too, I see.
Yeah. I've been running around, but being busy makes time go by fast.
I agree.
And I can't believe it's already 8:10. To be honest, I literally have been nonstop since 11 o'clock. So
you've been here since 11?
Well, I've been doing stuff nonstop.
Since 11. Okay, I was gonna say, because I think I told y'all last week about Ben. Ben has this deal. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a college thing.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it is. But Ben, sometimes knowing his schedule is going to be very long and demanding, he chooses to eat before he come, but he, for some strange reason, he doesn't understand bring a lunch or bring something to eat. And he ends up being very hungry. And I just think that's kind of, I'm helping. I'm going to work on him, though. I ain't giving up on him.
I still don't think we have audio.
We still don't have audio?
I don't think so.
Oh man, we see you, Eric, but we can't hear you. I don't know. I mean,
should we throw it to break and just maybe do over the phone?
We're gonna take a quick break and we'll come back. We'll get back with you, Eric. Let's try to get this worked out.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation this year, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of April, get financing as low as 3.9% for up to 72 months on model year 21 through 23 wheeled 8R tractors. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory. or stop by your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. Navigating the legal system can be stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. Liberty Law Group is here to do the heavy lifting for you. We believe in treating every client with respect and understanding. When you're in need of legal assistance, trust Liberty Law Group to fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Tanner's Bar and Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite MLB teams this spring and summer, as well as Nebraska baseball. Enjoy Tanner's delicious hamburgers, chicken lips, and daily specials, and wash it down with one of their tons of options of beers. You'll never have an issue finding the game, as there are TVs everywhere throughout the space. So get in early and grab your spot and settle in for an afternoon or evening of baseball at Tanner's Bar and Grill, 30th and Yankee Hill.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
When you're in New York, Nick, in New York, I mean, you're talking about, you see mafioso types. You go into a restaurant and you would literally eat. Hey, come on over here. You know, they I don't know how to say it. I don't got the accent, but they would say, come here, come over. Have a drink on me. And what are you going to do? Say no?
You not say
you
no
don't
to that?
say no to the drink. You don't say no.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Okay, we're back. We're going to try get Eric one more time. If we can't get him this time, we'll just have to have his audio and won't be able to actually see him, but you'll be able to hear him. And I think that's real important. Eric, by chance, do you hear us? I guess not.
Ricky, can you hear me?
Oh, I heard something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear him.
We're just going to do this.
Okay.
We'll have the audio with the phone, and then we'll just keep the video on.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
Okay. Well, Eric, we're going to try this again. Eric, while we got you, I want you to give me a couple questions I have for you, and I really want you to expound on them if you don't mind. Where'd you grow up, Eric?
My father was in the military, so I grew up. We moved 14 times my first 11 years, but I call Maryland home.
Maryland. Okay. And now, so I'll take you went to high school in Maryland?
Went to high school in a place called Oxon Hill, Maryland.
Okay. Now, what's that close to? What city would if I were? Is it close to
minutes
DC?
outside of Washington, D.C.
Okay, that's cool. Well, I think it's really important that I know where you're from, so that at least that way I can try to make sense of the things you're about to share with me. Because you basically, after high school, and correct me if I'm wrong, but after high school, what'd you do?
After high school, I was going to go to the University of Virginia and ended up breaking my ankle and wasn't going to play football. And ended up going to Nebraska to be with my older brother.
Oh, okay,
okay. And I walked on to the football team at Nebraska to see if I could play college ball.
Oh, okay.
And in doing that, it was probably one of the better experiences for me because I was with family and with support.
So you walked on at Nebraska to be with your older brother.
There you go.
Okay, and now, how long were you actually a part of the Nebraska football program?
I played pretty much through my first almost completed 4 years.
Okay.
And left the program about the middle of my football season, my 4th year.
And see, this is the part right here I want everybody to listen to. You notice I was at the beginning of the show, I was talking about adversity, dealing with adversity and making good choices after you deal with adversity. It is not easy to do. I do not want to make that sound like that's a small thing. That's a big deal. When adversity strikes, then you have to make some choices. And sometimes making choices during adversity is even more difficult than just making choices. And what did you, you had a choice between continuing playing football or not playing. And what was your reason for quitting the football program?
At the time, Ricky, I wasn't on scholarship. And I had attained a second team position as a walk-on, and I thought that was deserving of a scholarship, and wanted to make that happen, and it wasn't going to happen. They
and what position were you playing, Eric?
I was a defensive back. I was free safety.
Okay.
And I thought I was doing pretty well, and was about to be at the place where I was going to play some. And I also was about a year away from being able to get my degree in civil engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And I explained it to my father, who was a colonel in the Army, and he helped me make a decision. He basically said, don't come out of school without your degree.
Okay.
So it wasn't an option for me not to. But at the same time, that was probably the hardest decision I ever made.
Wow. Yeah, so you had a choice. And I know for a fact that just after being there for almost 4 seasons, you had to face some adversity of making this tough decision. And when in this decision was either to quit and be a full-time student or keep playing and probably risk not being able to fulfill your off-field obligation, which would be going to school. Is that correct?
That's correct. That is correct.
Wow. So now you went to Coach Osborne, I take it, and you still couldn't work out something to get a scholarship. So you made that decision. What decision did you make?
I made the decision to quit playing football midway through that season, which for a kid, I'm going to say kid, but at that time I thought I was grown.
Everybody in college thinks that.
But the one item that means probably the most to a kid at that age is to get a ring for the conference or a national championship ring, or just the perks that come along with it, and get a chance to play.
Correct.
And at the next level. And for me, it was the hardest decision to go ahead and not finish playing football, because that's all I knew.
Right.
I was either in class or on the football field. And when I made the decision to quit football, I literally did not know what to do with my time when I was done with my classes by noon, so that normally I would be going to practice or whatnot at that time of day, and just become a student. And that was a difficult transition to make, but at the same time, it's the one I chose to do. And
well, I want to stop you right there and just say this while I'm thinking about it. You know, that had to be tough, because, you know, like, you're doing something that you want to do, but it's just not working out. So that's that adversity I'm talking about. And then decision time. You got to make a decision. Don't want to hear Dad's mouth. I can relate to that one. I got some funny stories about my dad myself, but so I'm saying you didn't want to deal with your dad, and I'm pretty sure about him being a military guy, he was a pretty serious young man, because
yes, he was.
Yeah, I mean, military. As much respect as I have for the military, there are a lot of no nonsense guys, and I say that because my dad was a World War II veteran, and he was a sergeant in the Army, and man, I think I was 8th grade before I realized he wasn't yelling. That's just the way he talked. Everything was at the top of his lungs. So I can only imagine. I never met your family, and so I wouldn't know, but I'm just guessing by him having a military background, he probably didn't have a whole lot of patience for BS.
That is true.
Yeah. Well, okay. We're on the same page. Now, everybody that's out there listening, I want y'all to understand something. This young man, I'm just recapping right quick before we go forward. This young man loves the game of football. Walked on in Nebraska from Maryland, and was on the squad for basically 4 seasons, and he had this tough decision to make. Wow. I want to know, after you made this decision, what did you do next? You said said something about you was free afternoon, so you didn't have no practice anymore. So what did you do, Eric?
I literally, for the first day or two, did not know what to do, Ricky. I had a bunch of time on my hands, but I really had not set myself up to be in a study team with people that were playing ball and trying to get their degree in engineering. Matter of fact, there were 3 of us that started my freshman year as engineers. One of them quit the football team, and the other one changed his major. So I was the only one that was pretty much left trying to play football and get my degree in civil engineering. So I didn't have people to study with.
Well, I'm going to say this. Civil engineering, just the title, doesn't sound like the easiest major you could have been. I mean, let's be real about it, dude. I mean, that's civil engineering degree to me alone, not even trying to play football would be tough. And you was doing them both for the better part of 4 years. So let me get this straight. Once you realized you didn't have a study partners, what did you do then?
Well, Ricky, the one thing that I did do is the dean of civil engineering was an advisor for me, and I really didn't want to tell him that I quit the football team because he probably appreciated the fact that I was doing both.
Oh, okay,
and
I got you.
And that I was pretty much his student.
Mm-hmm.
And but I didn't want to tell him that I'd quit. And he ended up coming up to me and telling me that he knew I quit. And
in other words, the secret is out, huh?
the secret's out. And he asked me if I wanted a job working for the engineering department. And I actually, he gave me a job working for a couple of the teachers that I had. And there were probably 4 or 5 students that were working along with me with those teachers, and they became my study group.
Ah, okay.
And so I made a 180-degree change and became a full-time student with some of probably the top of the folks in my class. I was not the top of my class. But these guys were very bright, and they accepted me and kind of took me in and I started doing things as a small team. And I understood teamwork,
right.
But it was just with different people that I typically didn't run into.
Yeah, you were doing it with people without uniforms on and without helmets.
That's correct. That's exactly it. And that's how I finished my last year of school. But it took a week or two for me to kind of get into that mode with a different group and a different team.
Okay, now the one thing I want you to share with us, if you don't mind, is by you sticking with that civil engineering, and getting your new study group, you had a major accomplishment at the end of all that. Am I right or wrong?
Much. No, you're very much right.
Can you share that with us?
Go ahead.
I said, can you share that with us?
Yeah, it was an accomplishment for me because I could see a pathway to finish and actually have a career, which obviously wasn't going to be in sports, but it was going to be in the major that I had chosen. And I got a great job before I graduated. They had already given me a job with Procter & Gamble as a manager.
Wow.
And the only thing that I needed to do to be able to accept it was complete my education and graduate.
Wow.
And was able to do that. So it set me up for life, the game of life. And I just appreciated.
Before you tell us, because I want to know about what you did with Procter & Gamble. But
right.
Before we get to that, how many engineers before you was from your race?
in my senior class, my steels teacher, I had a class that was a steel design, and the guy looked like Walter Matthau. He looked at me and said, I believe you're the first. And I asked him what he meant. He said, you're the first American black to get a civil engineering degree at the University of Nebraska. And
big shout out to you for that, man. That's huge, dude. I was wanting everybody to hear that, and I wanted it to come from you. Because, see, right there, that's something that won't be duplicated. There won't be another first. You've already done it. And I just want to say congratulations, man, because a lot of times when we accomplish things that aren't involved with the sport, it kind of gets overlooked. And I just want to publicly say, man, I'm proud of you, dude. I mean, to be the first Black American to get a civil engineering degree from the University of Nebraska, I think that's big.
Thank you, Ricky.
No, man, you're a very humble guy, and I respect that. But I'm humble too, but I love to give credit where credit's due. And I think that deserves credit, man, and it needs to be recognized. Now, after getting your degree from Nebraska, you say you got a job with Procter & Gamble, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, tell us about that. How was that?
It was a really good deal for me because it jump-started me in a career in the manufacturing world. Because at that time, Procter & Gamble hired people with engineering degrees and taught them business management.
Oh.
And I worked with them probably for 8 years, and then moved into the tobacco industry and was a manager with the tobacco industry for the next 20 years after that.
Wow.
But it really helped me along with getting me into a career and giving me a good life with a good family.
Now, speaking of this good life, I believe I heard you're actually in California right now visiting on vacation, right?
That is a fact.
And the person that you're visiting was friends with your wife.
So, Ricky, I lost my wife about 2 years ago as she had a stroke, and just all of a sudden, and I had been with her for 44 years.
Wow.
I have 3 children, and blessed to, like I say, have a great family.
So you said when your wife had a stroke, did that apparently it happened kind of quick, didn't it? I mean,
it was a one-day thing. She had the stroke one day, and the next day was gone.
Wow. That's that thing about life that I always think about. You know, a lot of people go around with the, and I'm not saying walk around in fear, but I'm saying a lot of times we take stuff for granted. You know, I mean, now your wife had a stroke, and you, like today, and then tomorrow she's gone.
That's exactly it.
Man, that puts a lot of things in perspective, you know. And for those of you out there that understand what he just said, I want to make sure that it's understood. Life is not promised. Here's a guy that, from what I'm hearing, had a great career. Great job. You know, everything was almost what you would consider as close to perfect as can be. That's what it sounds like, Eric. I could be wrong.
No, Ricky, you're on the money. I'm a blessed person, Ricky, and it does me good to see your show where you say get your happy on, because when you do that, nothing else really matters. If you're being good to yourself and being honest with yourself, it's a powerful thing, Ricky. And I hope you don't ever quit doing it.
Well, I plan to keep doing this, man, because I really like to be happy. I mean, and I have to say this before I forget my train of thought, but being happy is like a lifestyle. It's a mindset. Yeah. It's not easy though. You know, I've been accused of making it look easy, but what people don't understand is I've only been really working on this for right at 15 years. There was a train wreck before these 15 years. I mean, when I say train wreck, I might be giving it a compliment. I have lived, and it was all on me. You know, back to choices. I made terrible choices. I think I got a PhD in making mistakes. I mastered it. I got it all figured out now. I know what not to do. I know exactly what not to do. And I'll be real honest with you, man. It's encouraging for me to hear your story, because your story is lifting not only me, but it's lifting a lot of other people up that you're not even aware of. Because sometimes, you know, it's real easy for us to fall into these situations where we think it's just us going through tough times. Now, everybody's going through something, regardless of how perfect their life may look from the outside looking in. I believe that you have earned the right to be happy, man. You know, I mean, I'm sorry for your loss with your wife. I'm sorry about that. But I mean, I guess the way I look at it is, I look at you a lot different now, knowing this, than I did prior to it. Because when you don't know, you don't know. I'm just assuming everything was perfect in your life, or as close as could be to perfect, because you've always kept a positive demeanor about yourself. So
I appreciate that, Ricky. One of the things you'd mentioned that I was in California. My wife's best friend. This is a lady that she grew up with as a child in Iowa, because I moved to Iowa right after graduating from college in Nebraska. Her best friend that she grew up with, I'm staying at their house as we speak. In fact, I'm doing this interview from the house.
Okay.
And she was so close a friend that I consider her family, and she does the same for me. As a matter of fact, she's coming out to the Washington, D.C. area to be with the rest of my family later on this summer. And we've just managed to remain close. But that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm enjoying it.
Well, I also want to say thank you. I don't know who your wife's friend is, where you're at right now, but if they're listening, I want them to know that I appreciate it, because I understand that y'all had an engagement at a soccer game, I believe it was, and you cut it short to come and do this show. And I mean, I can't thank you enough for doing that. I really didn't want to do that, but I am I'm in a slot from 8 to 9. You know, and if it was like my personal podcast or something I was doing from home, we could have did it anytime. But, you know, this was not an option for me. So the fact that you did that on my behalf, man, I'm forever grateful for that. And I want you to know that. So, because you could have, and you're on vacation, you know, you're in California. You could be doing something other than sitting at home doing the show with me. So thank you again, man. I also want to say this to you too, man. I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand that I might be seeing you next week.
I'd be disappointed if I didn't see you.
So what's going on next week where I'm going to see you, man? What are you coming out for?
I'm actually coming out for the spring game.
Okay.
And my older brother, who was a year ahead of me at Nebraska, and this guy was definitely one of your 5-star athletes like yourself.
Okay.
he will meet me coming out to Maryland. We'll both meet and stay with Odious Lee, who was one of our teammates.
Big shout out to my big brother, Odious Lee. And what's your brother name again?
Byron Stewart.
Byron Stewart. Big shout out to you. I'm putting y'all all on blast tonight. Hey, man, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to come right back. And we got some more questions for this young man. Don't go anywhere. 93.7 The Ticket to get you happy on hour. We'll be right back.
Hey, Nebraska! Register today for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Advocating for physicians in the health of all Nebraskans, Nebraska Medical Association, a proud platinum partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Spring is here, and Acres is offering special financing on select new John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Visit your nearest Acres store and test drive all the latest John Deere turf equipment and attachments. And for a limited time, with the purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Offer expires April 30, 2024. Subject to approved credit by John Deere Financial.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
You can get diesel anywhere. But what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Spring is here, and it's time to wake up Judson. Judson Irrigation is eager and ready to get your sprinkler system up and running for the season. Judson's technicians will check for winter damage, adjust your sprinkler heads, and show you how to set your controller for effective sprinkling coverage. The Judson Irrigation team is here for you. Stay safe.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Hey, we only got a few minutes left, but before we get back to my guest, Ben, is anybody checking out the show, man?
Oh yeah. Lots of comments. We got Robert, Kim, Mary Owens, Carla, Odious. No, you already shout out Odious, but we're gonna do Odious again. Brett, Marilyn, and then Jody.
Big shout out to everybody that's tuned in, man. Y'all don't know. Y'all just be making my day when y'all do that because that's very important. I mean, so please don't think I take it for granted. I be watching to see who tunes in. Well, back to my guest right quick. Hey, Eric, we only got about 5 minutes or so left, but I want to ask a couple quick questions. The first one is, now that you're retired, man, and you just gallivanting around the country, man, just doing the most, how are you liking retirement?
Ricky, I love it because I'm doing the things that I want to do, and I really feel blessed and lucky to be part of the fraternity of people that played football at Nebraska. Because over the years, I recognize that that's something in common that my brother and I have.
Mm-hmm.
He happens to be my best friend, and we're close, Ricky. He lives in Maryland, and I live in North Carolina.
Oh, okay,
now,
okay.
But we still see each other about once every other month, and we talk to each other at least 4 to 5 times a week. And when we get together for the spring game, pretty much every year, or just get together, it's wonderful because you don't know how long life is going to be.
Correct. And you know, I got to give another special shout out to my big brother, Odious Lee, because he going to get in that kitchen the day after the game. And I got to take Irvin Fryer back to the airport that morning. So, Odious, you're going to have an extra guest. I can't cook like you, so I'm just going to watch, and then I'm going to help you make sure you don't have to throw everything away. So I just want you to know, Odious, I'm coming through as soon as I drop off Irv at the airport, and I'm coming to hang out with you until it's time for me to come back to Lincoln to do my show. So just giving you a heads up, man. Your little brother, I need a couch or something. If it ain't no more just to sit and observe, watch a master at work. Well, Byron, here's the last question I have for you. I mean, Eric, I'm sorry.
He said LOL, by the way.
Who said?
Odious.
Hey, I'll be like a piece of furniture in your house on Sunday, Otis, so you can't get rid of it. You can lock the door if you want to. I'm coming through the window. But Eric, last question, man. How do you get your happy on?
Ricky, I listen to your show, your podcast, and music is something I've always loved. So whenever I hear a little something going on, I'm not going to admit that I can't dance because I used to do pretty good.
But see, Eric, you got to understand something. Just because I can't dance don't mean I don't think I can't dance. I just know I can't, but I think I can. See, it's a difference. You gotta understand this here, man. It's an art form to this. Now, granted, it's the same dance I've been doing since the 70s. Don't get me wrong. I don't know nothing new. I only got one move. But every time I do it, it's brand new to me. And it makes me smile and makes me happy. And according to social media, there's a whole bunch of people agree with me that I can't dance, but they be laughing when they say it. So that's all that matters. Mission accomplished. I just want to see people happy, man, because this world is all about focusing on things that don't always make you happy. I just think negativity is getting way too much pub. So I'm always trying and listen, everybody laugh at me when I try to dance. I want y'all to know y'all are really making my day by laughing. I really appreciate it when y'all laugh at me when I'm trying to dance. I wish y'all would make some videos and show me how to dance. That's what y'all need to start doing. You need to start making your own videos. Those of you especially know how to dance. And then tag me in it so I can learn some new moves, because I got the same moves, man. That's all I got. But Eric, I want to thank you again, man, for being on the show. I look forward to seeing you and your brother Byron. And my big brother Otis, man, thank you for that LOL. That means I'm welcome. So I will definitely be there. And I wrap up my show every week the same way. So I'm not finna change that. And this is how I end my show. Every day that you are blessed to see, it truly is another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to keep your head up and you got to get your happy, yo! Go! Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all next Sunday night after I go eat up all the odious food.
Thank you, Ricky.
.93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like